What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. Hey, just got a WhatsApp from a homie. And he's talking about a situation that he's in with his girl. And I want to talk about this because this is a very important thing that you have to understand. When you're in a relationship, you're going to be dealing with a woman in a relationship. VJJ stays on deck at all times. Okay? Barring menstruation, cervical cancer, whatever else, VJJ stays on deck. And even then, you know, if she's not laid up in the hospital, then, you know, you need to be looking at other options for sexual gratification and pleasure. This is for women also. You got to understand this, you know, because guys are going to get his one way or another. So, better with you than with somebody else. But here's the thing, guys. Check it out. Now, this guy, this brother, he's living in a very expensive city, and he's paying the rent there. And, you know, he's Muslim, so he married this girl, and she's living with him. So she's getting basically the traditional layout of a relationship here. You know, he's paying the rent, which is expensive in that city. Ridiculously expensive in that city. And, you know, she's eating, sleeping, whatever else, going to work. And, you know, now she's denying him sexual access. So my advice to him was like, yo, go ahead and pull one of your plate spinning, because every man should have like a whole stack of plates on deck, and pull one of those from the back burner to the front burner, and he should get remarried as soon as possible, because he's Muslim, so he can have more than one wife. Now here's the thing, here's part of my reasoning, here's part of my logic. First and foremost, women want sex just like men do. So if she's not giving it to you, that means she probably is giving it to somebody else, or she desires to give it to somebody other than you, which is a huge problem. That's a massive red flag when she starts denying you sex. That basically means, I don't want you. I have no desire for you. And this is why I was telling guys, prior to marriage, you want to build attraction. In marriage, you want to build desire. You want her to desire to bang you. So if she's not desiring to bang you, that means there's no sexual urgency whatsoever with you. You've lost your rank and your position with that girl. And you need to really look at, like, you know, giving someone else that position and that opportunity to do what she's lost, you know, to be that woman. You know, there's some girl out there right now waiting for you. So find her. That's why you spin plates. It's a numbers game. There's like 7 billion people on the planet. Over half of them are women. There's some woman out there right now she's waiting out there for you. Go find her. Just like your girl right now is out there for somebody else because she stopped banging you the way that she did initially. She thinks she can do better now or whatever else. So let her go do better. You should go do better too. So, whatever the case may be, I don't see the benefit. Now, you might say, well, why pull up a plate from the background, this, that, the other? I'm living with her, you know, got it. Well, look, he's being denied sexual access from his front plate, his primary girl. He's not getting sexual access to one of his plates. What's the difference between the two women, other than you're paying for one and the other one you're not? We're just looking at things pragmatically here as men. And we boil everything down to the simplistics of cost and, like, you know, what is it called? It's like a cost-benefit analysis, you know, diminishing returns. It's how we think as men. We should, you know. So, whatever the case may be, guys, if you're being denied sexual access, don't miss a beat. Don't get angry. Don't argue. Don't throw tantrums. Don't do any of that stuff. Right here. Mental check note. Like, oh, okay. Because there's a girl out there that's going to do what she wants. Listen, this is why hoes stay winning. Because hoes don't play games. Hoes know what they want. Now, I'm not saying, you know, I'm Muslim. I'm not saying go out and bang hoes. Don't say Abuamerican, he's Muslim, he's telling guys go out and bang hoes. But I'm just saying, in a general sense, this is why hoes stay winning. This is why hoes like Kim Kardashian and what's that, Amber Rose and all these, that's why they stay winning. Because they don't play. They get what they want. And even then, they do the same thing that's happening to dude. There comes a moment when they're like no longer attracted to their particular man. And then they move on to the next one. What's that girl's name? Amber Rose. She went from artist to artist to artist. Now she's going back downwards. Now she's with 21 Savage, or 21 Simp is his name now. So, yeah. Okay, so coming back on topic. This is just a rant video. If she she cuts off the hoo-ha and the BJJ, which is the status quo in a relationship. That's just this. What's a relationship based upon otherwise, unless you're doing some sort of platonic stuff? If you're not in a platonic relationship, what's the basic foundation of a relationship? Mutuality through emotion and sex, right? All of this is interconnected. How can you build one without the other? Especially men. Any man that says he loves his woman without having had sex with her, he's putting himself in a very difficult position. You shouldn't really be saying that. Let me just rant here for a minute. Listen, guys. You have to understand how the human body works. What is the bonding hormone in the body? Oxytocin or oxytocin? It's oxytocin? Oxytocin. Oxytocin is produced in the mind, and it's like the hormone responsible for like building trust, whatever else, companionship. Stress can bring this out. A lot of different factors can bring out oxytocin. Now, women produce oxytocin at higher levels than men do, probably because they have children or whatnot, and so they bond and build relationships easier than men do. Men, we don't produce oxytocin unless it's in a few situations. One of them's high stress. This is like that whole bro code things where like military guys bond really close and whatnot, the bromance type stuff. And the other is post-sex. Now, what happens is this. You have an erection, you're having sex. Your system is filled with testosterone and adrenaline. So you're erect. You ejaculate. Now, because of the shape of the penis head, and we're going to get in some detail here, because of the shape of the penis head, it's a shovel shape, it will shovel out all sperm out of the vagina if you keep thrusting, if you keep going. So what happens? The body, being the biological organism designed for reproduction that it is, it needs to shut down the erection rapidly. So how does it clear all of the testosterone out of the system? It flushes your system with oxytocin. Oxytocin? It's one of the two. So anyway, that flushes all the testosterone out of the system, and you lose your erection. Now, because that's also the hormone that's responsible for relationship building post-sex, you're all like, I love this girl. That's why you feel good. You look down at her and you're like, wow, man, this girl just, oh. Yeah, because you just got that all out of your system, and it's like now your body's flushed your system full of that relationship hormone, and now, you feel good about her, about being with her, and all this other stuff. So you shouldn't really be saying you love her anyway. But let's come back to the topic. Sex is the basis and the foundation of relationships, period, point fact. I know women ain't going to like to hear that. Oh, no, you should love her, this, that, the other. But what have humans been uniting upon other than reproduction since whenever? Yeah. Okay, so that there's extra stuff that comes out of it, emotions and feelings or whatever else, that's wonderful. But even in some cultures, if you look like maybe like Far East Asian culture, like Chinese or whatnot, they don't even really care about that. They're more worried about success and whatnot or not, and like building success. And that's probably why they are successful. Jews do it too. So anyway, that girl cuts that off. What are you doing there? This is the 21st century gynocentric feminist ideology that you should somehow tolerate some woman cutting you off while you don't get to cut her off. She's in your house and she ain't banging you. Is she your roommate? Is she paying half the rent? Then you can discuss things. Then she can sleep on the sofa. You're not sleeping on the sofa in your own house, guys. Listen to me. You do not sleep on the sofa in your own house. I don't know nothing about that. I've had some bad relationships in the past, really bad ones. And you know what I don't do? I don't sleep on the sofa in my own house. You're not sleeping on the sofa in your own house. You send her to the sofa or you send her to another room or whatever else. If she's not your roommate, you should be banging her whenever you want, however you want, as long as it's not haram. And then, excuse me one second, this thing is like losing its mind. And then, well, yeah, there is no and then. That's just, it is what it is. So listen to me. This is my advice to my homie. I made this specifically for you. Bro, bring up one of them plates off the back burner. She's in your house. She's living under your roof. I know for a fact you're paying the rent because the house was empty before she got there. So either you're being used for her entryway into that major city. It's a global city. Or what? I mean, explain it to me otherwise. Why would she be denying you? Other than a loss of attraction, or I'm just here and I'm doing what's necessary to get what I want. Which is banging you. And sometimes I just can't stand that feeling of banging him. What is it otherwise? Show her this video. show her this video. If you let her see this video, let me ask you this right now, Miss Sister Girl. What are you doing? Are you trying to drive your man into the arms of another woman? Are you trying to get him to get a second wife? And if not, how are you going to feel if he does just go out like a man should and just marry another woman? How are you going to feel? You should really feel stupid. You shouldn't feel betrayed. You betrayed yourself by cutting him off from what's an absolute right to him Islamically. Now, if we talk Islamically, we know that you're not allowed to deny your man sex. Period, point, fact, unless it's menstruating. That's it. You have no other excuse. There are hadith, for those non-Muslims watching this, that's like an Islamic tradition from the word and the mouth and the actions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, that says that if you are like having a kid, you're on the birthing pillow, you shouldn't deny him. If you're cooking bread at the oven, if you're riding on the back of a camel, the excuses have been removed from you as a Muslim woman. So what's your excuse? And if he marries another woman, why does he need to keep you? No, just because. I just need that extra cost. I just need to walk around my house and see this grown adult woman walking around my house, eating my food, living under my roof. And I'm not banging her. Tell me where that makes sense to anyone other than you as a woman. It doesn't make sense to me as a man. You got to go. So listen to me, bro. My advice to you is, no matter what, no matter how things change now, she bangs you every day, every hour, from now until the day you die, the betrayal has been done. This has set the precedence on how the relationship's going to go from now on. She has lost her position with you entirely. I'm giving you an order here, bro. She's lost your position with you. Period, point, fact. You need to, kick her to the curb. Get rid of her. Her job in your life is done. Now she's just she's like a highway. She's a flyover to the next chick. You're going to monkey branch to another girl. You're going to keep her around until you get another girl. Then you're going to fire her. And you're going to be ruthless about it. Because she will be ruthless about leaving you. The moment she starts using sex as a tool or leverage or denial of sex, intimacy as a tool, she's got to go. That is a betrayal which cannot be forgiven to you as a man. Period, point, fact. Disabuse yourself of the idea of some sort of morality behind it. Where's the morality in her staying in your house, living for free, under the guise of a relationship and denying you sexual access as a man? In that city. And I lived in that city. I kind of gave away where the city is already. And that's the city of beautiful women. How is that okay? Because she's a woman and BJJ? Get rid of her. Get rid of her. Don't feel bad about it. I don't care how much she changes. She's shown her hand. Get rid of her. This is your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. All at Abuamerican. I'm out.